Growing up, I was instantly attracted to all things motorsports related, as I often felt invisible, insecure, and burdened by some deep pain that I had in my life. Riding dirt bikes was therapy. It was a way that I could deal with and escape from all this pain that I was currently dealing with in my life. When my parents got divorced, something broke inside of me. It began to be this season where I just began to shut down physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I didn't know how to deal with this kind of pain. This season was so tough for me because, when you're hurting the most, you need people. But, because of some things that happened, I felt like I couldn't trust anybody. And so I tried to deal with things in my own way. I began to look for things that were making me happy. And some things made me really happy in the moment, but in the end made me feel even emptier on the inside. I began to turn to substances like drugs and alcohol. And in the moment, they were really exciting and I had a lot of fun doing them. But when I began to go home and put my head on the pillow, I just felt even emptier on the inside, and it wasn't really fixing my issue. When I was 17 years old, I got involved in a car accident that almost cost me my life. For over 6 months, I was on a road to recovery from surgeries, physical therapy, and just trying to deal with the fact that I was in a wheelchair and only had one arm. See, I'd broken my leg and my arm in this car accident, and it began to be a very challenging endeavor to be able to get around. I just felt like I should have died in this car accident, but because I didn't, God must have had a plan for me, and I needed to figure out what God's plan was for my life. And so this next season of my life began to be this journey of trying to figure out who God was. Then I had this lady who challenged me for 21 days to try to build a habit to read, pray, and to go to church. For 21 days, I just began to seek God with everything that I had in me. I felt that I had nothing to lose. In this season, for the first time in my life, God began to be so real to me. It wasn't just words on a page, but the stories began to come alive, and I began to see myself in a lot of the stories in the Bible. See, my entire life, I've always known who God was. I would even say I loved God. I actually really enjoyed going to church and reading my Bible and praying, but the problem was I always forget to do those things and ended up just never doing them. So in this season, for 21 days, as I was committed to trying to seek after who God was, the fact that He began to reveal Himself in that way, I began to slowly put just a little bit of trust in Him. Just like riding dirt bike, when you're learning how to ride dirt bikes and how to jump a dirt bike, you go off a little jump and you build just a little bit of faith. Next thing you know, you're going off bigger jumps, and the next thing you know, you're going off 60 and 70-foot triples, and you have full confidence in your bike. Well, that same process I began to do with God, and as I began to put just a little bit of trust in Him, He began to show me how faithful He was. And I began to put more and more. Next thing you know, I was giving Him every part of my life and allowing Him to do what only He can do. Every part of my life began to be transformed, from my family, my friends, my relationships, heck, even my love life. Today, I'm happily married to my best friend, and we have a little baby girl that I'm absolutely obsessed with. God has taken all these broken areas of my life, and He's begun to fill me up in ways that I could never imagine. One of the coolest things now, after giving my life to Christ, is that God has taken all of my experiences and all my talents, and now He's using that to help other people. Every single day, I'm able to go out and help people in the motocross world. I'm able to teach them how to ride dirt bikes, but I'm also helping them to find and connect to their purpose in life. Jesus says to seek first His kingdom, and all these things will be added unto you. So I don't know what you're dealing with in your life. Maybe that you have some pain, or maybe that you have some struggles that you're going through. But what I feel like God is saying to all of us is to put your trust in Him, seek first His kingdom, and God will work everything out. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways just acknowledge who He is, and He will make your path straight. Jesus has completely changed my life, and I'm forever thankful for that. And to not tell people what He's done in my life is crazy to me. If I were to go to a great restaurant, I'd want to tell everyone about it. And I feel like it's my duty that now that He has done some really cool stuff in my life, it's my turn to get to tell people how great He is.